doing a cake mix, well, a cupcake mix. This says muffin. These are totally cupcakes. There's way too much sweet stuff in this. So this one has a streusel topping on it, which is all that crumbly stuff. We're not going to make it from scratch today because if we can't make it from a box, I don't think we're quite ready to make it from scratch. This has a bunch of really confusing instructions. Even though it has big letters and numbers, it's still a little confusing. So I guess I will walk you guys through a little bit of it. I'm going to start. Here is our muffin mix. I have one of these little zip opener things just to open it. And I'm just going to dump it in there. It's quite a mess. It is nice to have these mixes that are pre-made. You can make your own, and maybe we can do that some other time. I'll show you how you can make your own mixes like this. So you just dump them and can make your cake. Okay. Air everywhere. Then there's a cinnamon topping. We're going to go ahead and open that. I'm not going to pour anything yet. So to make this streusel top, we have to take some of the brown sugar mix, some of the muffin mix, and this does ask you to measure, but we're going to eyeball it a little bit. It says 1/3 a cup of muffin mix. And that's about right. If it's not perfectly accurate, it's okay. You'll tell when you're mixing it if it looks okay. Then 1/4 cup of the brown sugar mix. Let's start like that. Okay. Good enough, because this is going to be our crumbly top. So I melted down the butter that I need. I actually only need 2 tablespoons for this. The whole recipe had 4 tablespoons total, but I'm just going to do, I went ahead and melted it all together. So I have my measuring spoon, and I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of it. This has had a little time to cool down. I swear that took a million years. So now we're going to do the cinnamon filling. So the rest of this butter, the rest of this cinnamon sugar stuff, go right up in there. And 2 tablespoons of water. I have some water here. I can use the same spoon I had for the butter because it's not going to hurt the water. All going into the same thing anyway. Now I'm going to start working on the muffin batter. So I have my 3/4 cup of water. I need to have 3/4 cup of oil, but I'm actually going to use some butter in place of that. So I know that this filled all the way up. Let's say 3/4 and 3/4. So it should be 1.5 total liquid filled in here. So I'm going to throw the butter in first. This is very soft. It's been sitting on the counter. So that actually put up about a good little bit. Now we're going to do the rest with oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. You can use coconut oil. I'm just going to use vegetable oil because this is typically what the recipes are made with, but that's what my mom had laying around because I'm using her kitchen. It's always fun how oil and water separates. And like the butter floats because it's a fat, so it's kind of got that bit where it floats as well. I have my 3 eggs. Just put them over there for now. They are at room temperature. I'm going to add them one at a time after I get this stuff mixed in. So put this in. Just a smidgen. I'm going to clean up some of these pieces of stuff laying around. It's all in my way. I'm going to crack them in here before I put them in the bowl, just in case I get any shells or something like that. Okay, 1 egg. And I'm going to mix them in one at a time as well. Okay, we are mixed. You don't want to over mix it because there's active baking soda, baking powder, and all that in it. You don't want to mess it up. I'm going to go ahead and remove these. I clean up as I go on these things. I really do. Try to keep it organized. So my muffin pans, usually I already have them lined, but I wanted to show y'all how I line it. I don't have my silicone liners, but we're going to use these cute fun ones. This is a antique pan for sure, but I usually spray the pan with oil first. That way, if you get any bits of batter around the pan, it'll come off easier. Plus, it'll keep my muffin pan's cup sitting in here better. Got some spoons. I got a small one for the cinnamon part. That's our filling. So we're going to start by putting a little bit of batter in each of these cups so that it fills the bottom, but we don't want to fill it up all the way. Okay, now we're going to put a little bit of the cinnamon filling in each one. Now we use the rest of the batter to top them. To be honest, there is actually way more batter in here than we need for the cups, because for muffins, they're going to expand when you cook them, so you don't want them overflowing. See all these messes of batter? This is why we spray it with oil. So I have an oven-safe glass bowl. I've greased it, and I'm going to put the rest of the batter in this to bake it. Now we're going to put on the streusel topping, and then it'll be ready to bake. Now the recipe says for 16 to 19 minutes, but because I have something else in the oven, the more things you have in the oven, the longer it takes to bake. So it's going to take a little bit more time in the oven to bake. But we'll start at the 19 minutes and then we'll check it and see. Also, this one will take a little bit longer as well because it's bigger and thicker. It takes a little bit more time for it to heat and get cooked. Okay, the muffins are done. They actually did take 20 minutes. I had to give the extra little one another 5 more minutes. But now we're going to put them on a plate. I think you want them when they're still kind of warm, because we're going to put the topping on it. And it says to put it on warm, that way it gets melty. This is that famous Cinnabon style. But we have our cream cheese frosting. If you don't like cream cheese frosting, then don't use it. You can make your own kind of glaze with just a little bit of vanilla, powdered sugar, and a tiny bit of water. Ooh. Ugh. Okay, they weren't getting melty enough, so I stuck them in the microwave for about 30 seconds so that, oop, I just brushed that one. You can see how that's getting more glossy. So these, if somebody eats them, eat them when they're warm and they'll get more melty. And these are supposed to be muffins, but come on, you can't tell me that that is not a cupcake. Besides, it has icing on it. It smells so good. Now I gotta get a test taster to come.
That's good. Very good.
Does it taste like a cinnamon?
Not quite as much, but it's kind of almost better. It's like really soft and fluffy. It's got good cinnamon on top, the cinnamon sugar, and the icing's good as well.
Alhamdulillah. Falafel.